Recently, I made a little series called If Nate Stevenson Wrote Shira, to which I'll briefly explain. Shira is a show about a young woman named Adora who is raised by the show's antagonist, the Horde. When Adora realizes they are evil, she joins the Horde's enemy, the princesses, and their rebellion alliance. Pretty standard good versus evil plot, but the show is full of representation from outfits to body diversity and relationships. A lot of dog whistlers claim that this much representation in one show is unrealistic, but that's what makes it perfect. If you're queer, the vast majority of your friends are probably also queer, or at the very least, non-gender conforming. If cishet gooners are allowed to have their unrealistic rom-coms and action movies, we should be allowed to have our vibrant casts. Not only in this regard, but because people across the spectrum will make friends with other people who share similar experiences, particularly the experience of being ostracized by heteronormative society. This show, Shira, it just looks like my friend group. The characters feel more realistic than anything else I've seen before because this much representation is simply my friend circle. Therefore, the behaviors and representations here feel more realistic than anything else I've seen. However, a major issue with representation is when it's forced by people who are allowed to exist. What I mean by that is Aaron McGruder gets all the passes for slavery and black jokes in Boondocks by virtue of being black. I have an anecdote to elaborate on this. I'll never forget, I was drinking one night with a Mexican coworker and he vented that he fears every single time he crosses the street. He fears that some rando white supremacist is going to floor and splatter him across the intersection and there's nothing he can do about it. When he told me this, it made me wonder if all minorities have similar beliefs and how unequipped I was to understand his experience. If Quentin Tarantino tried to make the same show as Aaron McGruder, the legitimacy would be called into question because there's a little chance he could actually relate to nor understand the experiences of black people. The same is true for She-Ra and Black Panther. If a minority is writing a show about minorities, there's not really any pandering because to them, it's just a story. But if the majority is trying to paint an image of a life they don't live, it's not going to resonate well with the intended audience. This is one of the reasons why I believe She-Ra was so valued by queer people. It captures the experiences of lesbian, non-binary, and trans people. This brings me to Nate Stevenson and Shira, who, if you watch Shira now, the show is credited to their dead name in the intro credits. Meanwhile, the Wikipedia credits it to N.D. Stevenson. About a month after I released my first episode of my Shira parody, where I renamed Adora to Alan, Nate came out of the closet as trans in July 2020. Small tangent, but I find it hilarious that a month later the person who created my favorite show came out as trans after I included the main character as that in my parody. I remember there being a comment on the episode that I made of it, of somebody complaining I was taking away representation by making the Catradora ship hetero, and then somebody else chiming in that turning the main character trans is potentially better. I couldn't find that comment, so instead here's one of somebody else being confused. Relating this back to my joke about if Nate Stevenson wrote She-Ra, there's an important detail people are missing. When somebody comes out of the closet, there's usually a queer breadcrumb trail that makes people stop and go, oh shit, it should have been obvious all along. So I decided to clip every single moment in season 1 that either looked like a metaphor or was an experience that I related to, and then tie all those bits together into a cohesive episode. I was really surprised that it reached almost 20 minutes. A good 10% of She-Ra is like a trans metaphor that also serves the plot as it is. I would encourage you to look at my montage of those moments to get the full experience, but in case you don't have the time, let me give you a short clip show of what I believe are the most blatant expressions of trans metaphors in She-Ra.
The sword is meant for you. Will you answer its call?
You're not making any sense. I don't understand.
You will.
This doesn't make any sense.
Oh, hey, that's you.
What? That doesn't look anything like me.
No, I mean the other you.
There's always been a part of me that I just don't know anything about, and in all of this, it feels familiar somehow. I don't know how else to explain it. Are you brain damaged? I was hoping you could be, I don't know, happy for me. Are you sure you're not brain damaged? I can't go back. What are you saying? I'm saying this is wrong. Duh! Did you just figure that out? Enough with your weird little identity crisis and let's go home already.
Is that Adora?
It's Shira. Okay, Sword. It's just you and me now, so let's do this. Okay, let's try that again.
How do you feel?
I'm okay. I I think I know what I need to do.
Are you going to be Shira the entire time we're here?
I told Queen Angela I would. Besides, people like me better as Shira. I never meant to deceive you. I am Shira. I'm just...
Are you okay?
All I've done is disappoint an entire kingdom.
Did you think you could keep the truth from me?
It's not... It's just a phase.
We've just met, but I can tell you are a brave and powerful soul.
And now you're... Oh, come on, Adora. Hasn't this all gone on long enough? I told you before, Ketra. I'm not going back. This is what you left me for? Dress-up games and a light show?
How does it work? She's not an it. She's my friend.
Well, I'd have to take her apart to be sure.
You're not taking her apart. She is a person.
They'll never accept you. Not like I do.
No, you're wrong. For the honor of Grayskull!
You know deep down what I say is true.
You never loved me. You just played your twisted mind games. I'm none of the things that you say I am. I'm only a princess sometimes, so are you sure I should even go?
Of course. But as you're only an honorary princess, you can't be expected to know better.
Bye, Adora. I really am going to miss you.
In regards to Adora, Season 1 of Shira is more about finding herself and her place in the world, so we don't get nearly as much of these moments outside of Season 1, but I do appreciate that the final episode in Season 2 is just one big coming out metaphor, and that gets to be explored through Bo. Subscribe if you haven't, happy Pride Month, and I'll see you next week.